What is that, Father? Isn't that O Sanctissima?
That's right, Doctor.
Beautiful. I've heard it many times. How do the words go? Do you know it too?
Greetings. I'm Kevin Francis Tomlin. I'm one of the clergy here who serve at Resurrection Oratory, coming to you on this festival of Christmas. Some of you might be familiar with that clip. It's taken from the Bells of St. Mary, the Christmas scene, when Mr. Bogardus is coming to terms with the generous gift of giving a new school to St. Mary's. And so Father O'Malley, played by Bing Crosby, sings, O Sanctissima, O Most Holy One. That's what this season's about, isn't it? This night, this weekend, about the Holy One of God. The Holy One of God is still with us, as he was 2,000 years ago at the manger in Bethlehem. And just like 2,000 years ago, there were troubled times. There were Roman oppressors, famine, war, illness, no doubt. We live in a world that has famine, war, oppression, lack of rights. Just this very weekend, our colleague, Father David Selveridge, from the Anawim community in India, part of the Anglican Union's associations and the confraternity, he and untold clergy are fighting for the right to prevent anti-conversion laws, which are really disguised to persecute Christian churches. So when Jesus came 2,000 years ago, he came into a world that was in a bit of a mess. And we live in a world that's a bit of a mess. So how do we handle that? Well, some people just hunker down and do the best they can. Some take the distractions. Distractions might be important. Some just go about their business the best they can and hope it all works out. But here at Resurrection, we're going to invite you to step back. Go back in time, like I did whenever I hear that song and watch that film. I remember a Christmas that was simpler. I remember a Christmas that was holier. I remember a Christmas that was revered. I remember a Christmas that Christ was in the middle of it. Well, here at Resurrection, we do that. I'm not saying other churches don't. I'm simply speaking for ourselves. So we'd like to invite you to come home for Christmas, to go home to the Sanctissima, to come home to the angels singing, come home to the manger, come home to Christ. I know there's a lot of distractions and it's considered family time, but there is no other family time other than the original family, the Holy Family, Joseph and Jesus and Mary, pulling together in the midst of adversity with the shadows of the angels and the triumphant songs that they sing, the witness of the shepherds, and the strength of the wise men to carry them on. We could use that strength from the wise men. So that's why we had the 12 days of Christmas that culminated in Epiphany. We could use the witness of the shepherds, humility, simplicity, grace. Who wouldn't want to have that? And the power of the Holy Family, together in an enormous adversity, because God had called them by name. God's calling you by name to come home for Christmas. So come home. If not to Resurrection, go to a local church near you. But come home for Christmas. Come to the manger. Recall those feelings. And when we hear that hymn, when the bells say Mary, we know exactly what it's speaking of. The Holy One, Jesus, the Lord. On behalf of everybody here at Resurrection, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a blessed, blessed Holy Day. And let me give you an Episcopal blessing. Bow your heads and pray with me. May the joy of the angels, the eagerness of the shepherds, the perseverance of the wise men, the obedience of Joseph and Mary, and the peace of the Christ child be yours this Christmas. And may the blessing of God the Father and God the Son and God the Holy Spirit be upon you and yours this day, keep you safe unto himself, guide you into his holiness, and bring you home for Christmas. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.